Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another stream back on Euro Trucks 2, but with a map mod called Ile de France, which is like a one-to-one scale map of around the area of Paris. So I thought I'd give that a go today to set up a new profile, and yeah, just going to drive around a little bit, do a couple of quick jobs as well, see how that goes on. So yeah, at the moment we've just got a quick job set up, taking some lamb stomachs to a place called Pont Car. I'm afraid my from Pontcar to Chevigny-le-Roux. I'm very bad at my French pronunciations here, so please forgive me. We're as I said, just quick jobs to show you a quick look at the map before I go. So this is the map, one-to-one scale. It looks like, you know, you would look at it and think, well, there's not really a lot there, and it mainly is basically a main road at the moment, which is the A4 with some bits and pieces coming off it. But you have to remember that this is one-to-one scale map, so it can take you a little while to go from one end to the other. So I'm just exploring the map, seeing what there is. There's some roads and that to discover. So I've just picked a quick job that's taking me down to here, and then I'll pick another quick job and then see what happens after that. But this journey itself will probably take a good half an hour to do or more. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Let's get going anyway. I might have to set the truck up. So we're at the looks like a farm, and we just picked up some produce to take to another place. Yeah, anyway, let's just have a quick look, make sure everything is tickety boo on the streaming side of things. Don't want to be streaming and nobody can hear what I'm saying. Let's get back into the truck now. I'm just going to change the viewpoint a little bit on here. Just change the field of view just a little bit, just make it a little bit. There we go, that's a little bit better. Right, about 85 will do. Right, just got to remember how to start the thing up. So slightly oh, that's not the right thing to do there, CK. Right, hang on a minute. They got on this profile, it's got completely different there we go, I think that's it. Right, and then I just need to just work out what the buttons are again. There we go. Right, I think we're ready to go. Let's put the windows down a little bit. There we go. And we'll get going. As I said, 31 kilometers. It says it's going to take me about 30 minutes to drive. So we'll see how that goes. As it's quick jobs, you just get different trucks each time, depending on the job. I've only just started on this profile, so probably take me a while to get some money to actually get my own truck, but I don't mind. It's really just a showing you what the map mod is like. Now they also do bus routes on here as well, so if you get the bus mod, you can drive buses around. I'm hoping to do that at some point. I just need to get enough progress in here to actually get enough progress just to do the get some money, a loan or whatever, just so I can get a bus, and then can do some bus maps as well, bus routes on here, and see what it's like. Since I've got a new email, that'll probably be about the loan, because I think this is like the third quick job I've done on the maps. So I installed it this morning, but I'd already just done a couple of jobs already. Might as well just wait for this car to come past. What a cool little car. I've seen those in Sweden actually. A lot of farmers and that use them, you know, to scoot around in. So it's estimating that it's going to, as I said, it's going to take about half an hour to do. So we'll see how it gets on. Making me think of cheese. Brie. Now that's interesting, that GPS. So you can't always trust your GPS. It's telling me to go, told me to go the wrong way down the runway there. A lot of speed humps in this town. Oh, there's a Carrefour supermarket. What does that say? No idea. If it says I'm not supposed to be driving down here, well, not much I can do about it. Now I got this map mod from Truckee mods, which I'll put the link to in the description. You can get a lot of Euro Truck and ATS truck mods from that site. Also maps, sounds, all sorts of things. You know, there's flightsim.to for example for Flight Simulator. Well, think of Truckee mods.io. I think it's Truckee mods.io, could be wrong, but anyway, it's basically like, think of flightsim.to and then think of the truck version, and this is kind of like the truck version of that. So there's a lot of mods here for Euro Trucks and ATS you can download. So this is a 1-to-1 scale map, which basically means when you drive a kilometre, you're driving a kilometre. In Euro Trucks normally there's a game scale, so if, you know, you could drive along and then you see the kilometres tick down very fast. When you're driving in ETS or ATS, you know, the miles go down quite quick, whereas this is 1-to-1, so if it says it's 28 kilometres, you're actually will be driving 28 kilometres, and if it says it's going to take 26 minutes, it will take 26 minutes real time. Whereas obviously in ETS and ATS the clock speeds up a lot faster, so a day can go past quite quickly. Now the download for this was about 1.6 gigabytes, and then you then put the I think it's .scs files, isn't it? You put the .scs file into the mod folder for your game. If you want more information about how to put mods into Euro Trucks or American Trucks, there's plenty of online guides, YouTube videos, whatever out there. So or even just Google search a lot of people also download workshop mods for ETS and ATS, which is a lot easier to do, but obviously not all mods are covered on that in the workshop. There are a lot of mods that you have to get from other places and install in the folder, and then you have to go into Mod Manager and add them in. Just make sure everything is layered properly, especially if you have a lot of map mods, because if you have a lot of map mods and you don't layer them properly, it will make the game crash or make weird things happen with the maps. Egbert, hello. Bonjour. Bonjour, Egg. We're just driving along a motorway, which I think is the A4, which I always thought was just a piece of paper, but there we are. Well, actually, not just paper, a size for paper. So like an A4 poster or an A4, I don't know, an A4 anything. An Eiffel Tower. I don't know. Anyway. So we just started a job. It was 30 kilometres, so got 25 kilometres left to go. Or a steam locomotive. Oh, very good. Yes, yes. See, wasn't even thinking like that. An A4. Yes, indeed. And how is Egbert today? Did you have a nice weekend? Did you get up to anything? So just going to do a couple of jobs on here. So I don't know how long the jobs will be. This one's about half hour and should be. Oh gosh. Nearly got that car. It was nearly like that that TV show. What was it called? Wipeout. It's a bit like that almost. First thing you'd think of. I think if I was played Train Simulator I might have thought about it in my head, but I think it's just because I know the road was A4 road, and I always think of pieces of paper. The A4. So we're in a Mercedes today, a Mercedes truck for this job, which I'm guessing is an Actros. He went to an exciting football match on Saturday, 5-4 victory. Well, that was a lot of goals, wasn't it? Good job you didn't have a German referee there, Egbert. Yeah, the game would have been would have been made null and void, because he would have stood on the pitch at the end and said 9, and then you'd have been like, oh no. And that would have been it. All the goals would have been disallowed, 9, and that would have been it. So yeah, just driving along. One reason I also installed this map mod today was because it works with D-Bus, so there's some D-Bus routes for it, so I just want to put enough jobs in here, just so the bank lets me have a loan, and then I can buy a bus, and then I just want to try out some of the bus routes using D-Bus at some point. There's a place that we've just gone through on the sign there. It said noisy. I wouldn't like to live there. Doesn't sound very nice. Won't get much sleep. Someone's going to say it's called Noisy or something. And this is the Saint Denis department. Sounds a bit like I'm walking around a department store. Anyway, 20 kilometres to go, 19 minutes of driving left. As I said, most of the map is just literally just the highway with some roads coming off it, so it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Dutch map that you could get that was 1-to-1 scale. It was basically little areas that came off a main road, which is kind of like how real world truck driving is, isn't it? You know, you have like a big depot somewhere, then they drive down a motorway to another depot at another town, and that's basically it. So this is probably quite similar, so you're sort of just driving through and then you'll get to some areas you can drive off and drop off at. I've seen quite a few bus shelters around, plus there's also AI buses driving around which have got their own local livery on, which is quite cool. So I'm hoping that there'll be a mod bus that'll have the same livery, so that if I want to drive buses I can use that. The Val de Marne department. Well, I'm supposed to be doing 80 here, CK, and you're doing 90. Terrible. That's kilometres an hour, that is. Got to try and work out the button again to put it into auto cruise, because as I said, all my older profiles for the Xbox, they have a completely different button config, and then when you make profiles up after a certain game version, then they're like a lot different. So that I tried to change the indicators to my left and right bumpers on my Xbox controller, and it only does the right bumper and not the left. How far are we going? It was basically a 30-kilometre journey, so we got about 15 kilometres left. This is my third job on this map. So it's 15 kilometres, and we're going to a place called Cheville-le-Roux. Sounds a bit like, I don't know, like a drag act. But I don't know, but anyway, we've got just going under a bridge. Hopefully it's not a bridge too far. But yeah, we're taking some lamb stomachs. So we started at a farm. And we got these little trailer here with the little farm on it. But as it's a 1-to-1 scale map, it will take another 15 minutes. Louis Theroux's brother. Oh, I was thinking Danny LaRue, but anyway. Oh, here we go. We're just about to be overtaken by a bus. So obviously the buses here can go a lot faster than trucks. Funny, every time you mention that person in chat, all I keep thinking is of the video that he did with Mr. Saville. I know he did. I know he did other documentaries as well, but that's always the one that comes to my mind every time his name is mentioned. Trying to think the other videos. He did one video, didn't he, where he went to was it Israel and Palestine, and then there was another one where he went to an American jail, I think it was, wasn't it? I'm sure there's been quite a few other ones as well, but they're the ones that just bring to mind. Right, I think we need to come off over here, although I'm not completely sure, but we'll go with it. So now we're on the A86, I think, which is a very small piece of paper. I don't know how big an A86 size bit of paper would be. Maybe postage stamp. I don't know. But yeah, and someone will probably say, well, there's a train called an 86. Yes, there is. Anyway. Looks like they're doing a bit of building work up there. I'm not pronouncing that place. It says, our customer expects delivery very soon. About right. Well, we got about 10 minutes to go, so hopefully we'll be in this criteria. It's supposed to be due between 11:50 and 12:50, so we should be alright. Because we're only like 10 minutes away. Now, I've got no idea if the Eiffel Tower is in this. I mean, it is set in Paris, but I think it's probably just around the suburbs at the minute. I don't actually know if it goes into the city centre or not. So, I've got no idea. As I said, I've not really seen a lot of this map apart from what I've done in the first 3 drives. And in quick jobs, until you actually go to an area and cover it, then you can't actually start another job from there. So I have to try and get jobs that cover areas in a map I've not been to yet, which is one reason why I'm doing this one, because it's taken to me a part of the map that I've not been to yet, so that when you then go to quick jobs after you've discovered places, you can then start a quick job from that place. If that makes sense. I see a lot of map roads here, but I'm hoping at some point we might be able to drive along some of those, but I'm not sure. I think it just depends where the motorway exit is, to be honest. There's a big, oh, there's a railway line there. Nice. Is there any trains coming? No. One of the jobs I did, I think it was the first job I did, or was it the second? I think it might have been the second actually. Because the first job you always do with a new profile when ETS is very small, it's literally just round the corner. So I think it was the second job I did. And I had to drop off, and it was right next to this big rail yard, and there was loads of TGVs and freight wagons and that in it. I was supposed to be doing 70 here, CK. I wondered why I was catching up with all the cars. Still 6 kilometres to go, although our estimated time of arrival now is shot up to about 8 minutes. This map was last updated in beginning of April. I think it was just to make sure that it was 1.54 compatible, which is the latest version of Euro trucks now. 1.54. My German map that I play, the Rhine map, which is also 1.1 scale, is still not compatible with 1.54. So if I ever want to play that map mod, I have to roll back my ETS2 game version to 1.53. Grand Utopia, I think, works in 1.54, so that's good. Pro Mods works in 1.54 now, which is what we did the other day when we went around Iceland. I'm not sure what this is we're driving along. I don't know if it's just a shield. You know, maybe there's houses and that on the other side. So it's just basically to shield the noise of the cars. So all your issues, what issues are they? Egbert. You mean because of the game version thing? Well, there'll still be a few mods that are going to cause issues, yeah, and then it's just a case of having to wait for things to become compatible again. But some of the map mods and that are compatible with this game version now, so we need to come across over here. It's the end of the road. Yeah, I mean, I think some of the trailer mods might still be an issue, but some of the profiles I've just gone and removed mods anyway, just so that, you know, it'll stop any issues from coming up. From what I was reading on the Pro Mods forum, there still seems to be a few bugs with it, and Pro Mods is basically saying that when they compiled it all for this version of ETS, some things didn't compile over properly. So some people are driving around noticing weird things happening with the roads and stuff. So Pro Mods said, "Oh yeah, we've acknowledged that that's something our end that's happened. So we're going to release a fix soon." But I think they're just trying to work out where these like issues are and then redo it. I don't know, but I mean, as I said, I've just been driving around in Iceland in Pro Mods and haven't come into problems. I mean, I think it's just mainly people that are just driving around a lot more, and they're going to notice a lot more things. You know, if all the bugs had been in Iceland, for example, then I probably would have noticed them myself. But I think they're just in different places. Sometimes though the bugs can be literally just where people that have had the haven't layered the maps, because with pro mods and that you have to make sure you've got all the mods in the right order, because if you just have something that's not in the right order it can cause some issues. So I think they're just sorting through which ones are where people have got issues with, where they haven't put the map order right, and then obviously trying to weed those out just so that they know which ones are actually genuine ones or not. Right, so we're at Rungis. We're just going to be dropping off up here, and because it's a quick job, once the job's finished then you just go back to the menu again. So, but now that Rungis has been a place that I've discovered, then I can always pick a quick job from this town again if I want to. I think the people that's making this mod, which I think is just one person, I think he just basically wants it to be pretty accurate, so you know how the roads are laid out and what's actually around on the side of the roads is quite accurate. Obviously, like everything, you know, things move on, so there could be some things that might have changed since he started doing this map. You know, there might have been a business that's closed and a new one's opened up in the same place, or maybe someone's painted a building a different colour now or something, but I think he's trying to keep it as accurate as he can, as in the way it looks based on real world, which is probably why the assets folder is quite huge already, because I mean it's 1.6 gigabytes. So yeah, it's quite a big lot of custom assets in this map, as you can probably see with all the businesses and the signs and everything. Let's go in here, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's do a where do we need it? That'll do. So I've got to park it over here, so we'll just get my magic camera out. Apparently this truck's got a V8 engine. Quite cool. Right. Still a little bit off centre there, but I'll just manoeuvre it around a little bit. And in true amazing style, it looks like it's just started to rain. Okay, so there we go. So as I said, the amount of money you earn on this is so much different to ETS because of the fact you're not doing so many miles, even though it's taking ages to do a job, but that's just based on real world. So 30 kilometers, so I got 764 euros, which isn't too bad, I don't think. But if you're expecting to sort of just do 2 or 3 jobs on here like you can do on ETS normal, and then get like 30, you know, 10, 20, 30 grand a time, it's a little bit different. It's probably going to let me get some money to do a loan soon. So there we go. Oh, I can do 100,000 loan if I want, which I don't know if that'll be enough to buy a bus yet. But anyway, I'm not worrying about buses yet, but I just wanted to see what was going on there. So let's do another quick job. So these are the places, the towns that I've actually been through, which is why they show up like that. So if I ever want to do a quick job from those, I can. Whereas these ones here, I can't do quick jobs from, because unless I actually drive to those spots, then they won't show up. So I've been down to here now, to Rungis. So let's have a look at Charenton-le-Pont and see where I can go from there. See if we can get a job that goes up to these places. We got some cement that's going to Villemomble. Or we got sawdust panels, which is a bit more money. Or we got Bussy, that's right down the other end. So I don't really want to go that way again because I've already been down that part of the map. So this one looks quite a good one. It's a Renault Premium. So we can drive from here and then just drive up to this point on the map up here. So it's 15 kilometers. So this one will take about 15-20 minutes to drive. As it's a Renault, I thought, as we were in Paris, in France, I thought, well, let's do a Renault. Can't go wrong with that. Just got to get used to these. There we go. Right, anyway, so let's get going. Get out of here and how am I going to get out of here then? Don't hit the van, CK. That was close. What looks like I'm a race. Better do the windows up. There we go. Otherwise it's going to just get wet. It's bus lane now. I can't go down that. So this place is more in the city centre, so you can see like taller buildings about. Might have gone past these buildings on my hot air balloon a little while ago when I did the drifting stream over Paris, which was quite funny. Welcome to the Val Demand department. I think we've been through it already, haven't we? At speed. Yeah. I can go up to 90 on this bit of road. 90 kilometres an hour, that is. So what's that, about 50 odd miles an hour? Oh, there's a 2CV about to come past. Oh, it's got 007 on it. That's quite funny. 007 2CV. So I'm not going to do too many jobs on this stream. I'm literally going to just do probably one more after this one. It's just to show you everyone a little bit of the map mod, really. As I said, a lot of this map mod is just literally starting at one place, going down a highway and coming off onto another piece of road. So it might not be everyone's cup of tea. But it does look like they're looking at the map that he's kind of expanding off the road and then going into like more residential sort of, well, not residential as such, but more sort of like industrial areas, you know, so it's not always just going to be highway driving. Like I say, it's a bit like real world, really. You know, you'll get a truck and you'll you know, you're starting from a town. Oops, a speeding offence, that's not good. 80 euros. Oh no, another one. Headlight usage. Oh no, it's all going wrong. Oops. Oh well. See, that's 120 euros have just been fined. I don't know how much I'm getting for this job. Oh. No, I don't want to do that. Trying to work out. Oh god. Trying to work out the buttons on here. There we go. As I said, the controller profile is so different compared to my older ones. So it's like all the controller buttons and everything are all in a different place. Going all over the road here. We'll have to come off here soon anyway, because we have to go off onto another road. So I'm just keeping an eye out on that as well. Another railway line bridge about to go under. We're going over a river now, aren't we? Yeah. That might be the Seine, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm guessing it probably will be, but... Right, do we come off here? That's the thing. Don't really know. I think we should have done. Oh no. Well, that was a bit of a mess then. Well, it's just added. It's just added another. Oh, 32 kilometres now. Oh my goodness. Well, that's another half hour. Oh no. So this is what happens, isn't it? You go down a motorway and you miss the exit, and then you've got to go like 10 miles to the next one. Ugh. Well, that was definitely a mess up there. Well, we'll just have to keep going down this road then, and then come all the way back down the other way. Oh dear. A very costly error there. I should have gone off to the right there, but never mind. Wow, it's going to be a bit annoying, but hey, you know, if anyone comes into the stream now, they'll see a bit of road that they might not have seen otherwise. But dear. I think I had, what, 10 minutes left? Oh, God. Looking at chat. Oh, a bit of a leak in that bridge there. All the water was gushing down. Can't believe I missed that up. Well, actually I can, to be honest. I'm just surprised they don't have more exits that come off. Raboni. Sounds Italian, doesn't it? Raboni. Raboni. Okay. Almost messed up there as well. Yeah, okay. Saint Denis. How not to drive. It's making me think of an ice cream van simulator now. That's just suddenly come into my head. I wonder if actually there is actually such a thing. You could do that. You could like get your van, you could buy it and then choose a model, and then you can design how it wants to look, and then you can get your tones and your chimes, what equipment to put in it, and then you drive around on a map, and then you go to the streets, and then you have to basically serve people, and you got to learn how the ice cream machine works, and then you got to do things like add sprinkles or flakes or whatever. Cans of drink. I could be onto something here, couldn't I? I better go on ChatGPT and type in make me a ice cream van simulator game. I could get licensing from like the proper manufacturers like Ford. They could have like a Ford ice cream van or a Renault. I don't actually know how that goes. I don't think they actually make them, do they? I think you have to get a company to actually like build it or refit them to make them like that. A CK whip. Ugh. A CK whip. Yeah, in my merch store, CK Whip. But then some people will probably say it wasn't the whip that they had in mind. So we've literally got to go up this road, and then when there's like an exit, come off the exit, go back on the other side of the road and drive all the way back down again. Oh, there's a Disneyland Paris sign there. just goes to show you though that it's very important that you come off the motorway at the right exit, because if not what was that lorry? Oh, for some reason I thought it had Yorkshire tea written on the side, but I don't think it did. What was it we were taking anyway? Wasn't it sawdust? What was it? Oh yeah, sawdust panels. When's this job due anyway? Between 11:37 and 12:37. No, we're alright. We're good. We're only 23 minutes away, so we should get there on time. Even though I've taken a bit of a detour. See, that's annoying. There's been quite a few exits, but I haven't been able to go down them. But never mind. I think we can come off up here now. And we got to go all the way around back on ourselves and go back on the road and come down the other way. So it must be a roundabout at the end of this road, I'm guessing. And I just need to go all the way around the roundabout and then back the other way again. Yeah, there's a roundabout coming up. Right, all the way back down the road again. Back where we've just come from. So let's just hope that I don't miss the exit for the other end, otherwise we'll just be... yeah. Could be one of the longest truck streams you might have seen for a while. Right, off we go again. Renault there. think he's too scared to come past. I don't blame him really. Oh, I need to come out into the middle lane. My driving's terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's a good job I'm not out on the real roads. Imagine it. Imagine how bad that would be. Pretty bad. I think I'm just going to stay in the middle lane, really, and get moaned at. I think if you go to the right lanes, then you just got to come off at the exits and things, so I'm not really paying much attention. Let's have a look where I'm supposed to be going to. Villemomble. Okay, we'll just keep an eye out for signs that say Villemomble then. See, if I'd have gone over to that right lane, then I would have just ended up having to go off there. So I think this lane is probably the best lane to be on. Oh, that bus. Don't you go and swerve out into me. There'll be trouble. Well, I think it's stopped raining now, CK. I think you can turn the wipers off. Well, it's still raining a little bit. That bus is coming to get me. Go away, bus. Leave me alone. That scared the bus away. Bertie bus. Oh, I don't know. Just trying to think of buses that begin with B. Basil. Basil bus. It's Basil bus. Alright. Basil bus. Well, we're back at Saint Denis again. I reckon that's the Eiffel Tower there myself. I think it's just the way it's been modelled. I think that's probably just, yeah, I think that's the Eiffel Tower. I think we're just going past it there. Looks a bit like it. Bertie, Bob the bus, Bertie bus. Back end. Back end of a bus. Yeah, back end of a. What's your name? I'm back end of a bus. Bob. Oh, however else it said. Oh no, Boff, wasn't it? Boff the bus. Biff the bus. Back seat bus. It's very noisy around here. It says some signs to noisy again. Billy the bus. Brent bus. See, Brent sounds a bit like a region, doesn't it? Brent bus. Sounds like there's an area called Brent. That sounds like a person's name. Valdemarn. Don't know where this exit's going to be. I might go over to the other lane. Just got this bad feeling that I'm going to Brian the bus. And for those of you that have just popped into the stream or might have been lurking for the last half an hour and just come back, yes, we really are going through the same tunnel we went through 30 minutes ago. Oh, that bus has come back again. I think that bus is trying to play with me, you see. 1 minute it's like going fast, next minute it's slowing down. Right, I've got to definitely come off up here. At least I'll get that one right. Welcome to Deja Vu. That does sound very French, doesn't it? We're just coming to Deja Vu in France. Little bit of waterfront down there. Oh, we're going to go into a tunnel. It probably goes under all these buildings coming up. Eight kilometres to go, so about 8 minutes. Well, just about 10 minutes actually, it says. Got 10 minutes of the journey left. I'll probably come out in England in a minute. It'll say, welcome to United Kingdom. Oh, now we come out right next to the railway line. With some subway stations on. This is cool. I wonder if there's actually any trains that stop at these stations. I wonder if I parked up on the road and then just like moved the camera over to the platform and any trains coming along. That'd be quite cool. I could wind everyone up. Hey Henry. I could wind everyone up and say it's a new train sim route coming out. Suburban Paris route. And then after about half an hour and no trains have come past, I can say, well, it's still work in progress. I haven't put the timetable in yet. How are you, Henry? Hope you're well. Just driving around the bit of Paris at the minute. Just doing quick jobs. Quick jobs. Taking some sawdust panels. I thought I'd mixer it up a bit. Oh dear. Trying to cement relationships here. All good, mate. You? Yeah, I'm alright. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Just trying out this new map today. Well, it's not new, but it's been around a while, but I've not really played it before, so I thought I'd give it a go. Oh look, Montreal. I thought we were in France. I guess not. Anyway, 4 kilometres to go. It's another 7 minutes. I would have finished this job about 20 minutes ago if it wasn't for the fact I missed an exit and then had to go for another 15 minutes down the road and back again. Never mind. Dad jokes thick and fast. Oh dear, really? Yep. Very true. Very true. Oh, am I supposed to go down there? I guess so. Be careful with these jokes, CK. You might be wearing a concrete overcoat. If you keep telling them. Oh. We'll have to have a joke-free stream, won't we, one day? And then you all complain how boring it was. Or how relieved you all are. Do I like the Renault? It's alright. I'm just doing a quick job, so it's just, you know, the job that I wanted to do meant that I drove a Renault. I don't mind it. I mean, I don't mind all the different trucks you drive, really. I mean, as this is a France map as well, I thought, well, being that it's a Renault as well would be a good choice anyway. But if the job had been any other sort of truck, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've driven, I think on stream, I think this is the second drive for the stream. The first truck was a Mercedes Actros, so as I said, it's just quick job, so I'm just picking whatever comes along. I actually like the Range T. I mean, the Renault Premium's quite a, I wouldn't say it's the best looking truck ever. I mean, this isn't a Renault Premium, but I like the Range T though, as I said. I thought for a minute we were going into McDonald's. I thought, what's this about? Why are we going into McDonald's? But no, it was the other lane on the other side. I think I was supposed to look there and I just literally just drove straight across the road, but never mind. as well just drop off here and then I'll a Big Mac. I don't have a McDonald's that often myself, but sometimes I get the craving for one now and again. I think the last time I had a McDonald's, where was I? It might have been when I was in Sweden, actually. I think that was the last time I had a McDonald's in Sweden. Which was in September last year, so it just shows you the last time I had one. But when I do have a McDonald's, I like a quarter pounder with cheese. That's my favourite. Right, we've got to drive into it, so I'm just going to come out across the road just to give myself some width. Cheeseburger, no pickles, brand new. Yeah, that's one thing I do as well, Henry, actually, is when I'm ordering on that touchscreen thing, whenever I get something, I always just ask for something either extra or not so, because then I know that it will be like hot off the press and freshly made. You know, because otherwise if it's just a bog standard one, then sometimes they might, it depends how popular they are. If they're not a very popular burger, they could be sitting up on that rack for a little while. Whereas if you just basically customise it a bit and say, well, I want a little bit of this, or I don't want no ketchup in it or something, then ends up being like brand new, like you say. Right, let's go to the where do I need it a bit, which I'm guessing is going to be somewhere, not sure where it is. Guessing I've got to come in here, I guess. Mic and sound cutting out every... Really, Egbert? About right. Seems okay now. Okay. The joys of streaming. Were you getting that as well, Henry? Was my sound cutting out? It's still continuing. What about you, Henry? Are you hearing it? Sounds alright to you, does it? You might need to just refresh, Egbert. Maybe it's something your end then. The only other thing it could be is, I know on YouTube, maybe just change the, you know, the encoder setting thing, you know, to change the resolution, you know, like you can have it, maybe to see what happens if you play it at, say, 480p or something. See if it gets better. Your internet's super fast. Yeah, but I'm not streaming at a very high bit rate. So it could just be something else. It could be server related. I know there's a guy that I watch sometimes, he streams from Canada. Sometimes people that are local to him always complain that his streams are really bad, and then you'll get people from like other countries saying, oh, it's great here. So I don't know. Might be a localised thing. You refreshed? Oh, okay. Okay, right, anyway, let's drop that one off. What's that, Egbert? Oh, sorry, I was wondering what the thing was. Oh, look, we got an unused skill point. Right, where would you like me to put an unused skill point? Obviously, don't put it in long distance because, well, don't need it on this. So, you can put it on one of these or the high value ones. If you put eco driving, I'll time you out. Because that's just being wasteful. That is. I mean, I'm basically just telling you where you should put it, really. ADR. Which one though? Which one should I put it in? In the ADR, should I do class 1 explosives, gases, flammable liquids, flammable solids, or yeah, like those ones? I'm guessing the ones for like fuel and stuff. For money, yeah. Well, I need money with this profile because, yeah, being a 1-to-1 scale, you don't earn a lot. But as I said, I don't play these 1-to-1 maps too often though, so I'm not really worried about getting lots of money or trucks or anything. I'll leave that for my other profiles, which are on the others. For gas, okay, so that would be class 2 then. This one, that one there, the gases one. I'm hoping that was the right one. If not, gas aplenty with CK. Thank you, Egbert. That's very kind. Anyway, so we haven't really got much of the map left to look at. Look, there is over. We could go to Chessie. Let's see what Chessie looks like. Can I actually get a job going to Chessie? It sounds like Chessie World of Adventures, doesn't it? I'm just trying to pick a place that I've not been to before. Where can I go to from here? St. Maurice, Paris 4. Then do some gas jobs. Yeah, well, I can only do gas jobs. What I'm trying to do at the moment, Henry, is I'm just trying to, because this is just a 1-to-1 scale map, I'm just trying to go to places which I haven't been to yet on the map. So these little markers here are towns I've not been to or driven to. So I'm just trying to, just for the purpose of the stream, it's just more about just driving to places that I've not been to yet, if you know what I mean. Because this will be the last job anyway. So I'm just trying to see what places I can go to. Like, I haven't been to Paris 4, so I could go to there. Do I play Motor Town? No, I've heard of it though. I've seen Popcorn Simulation Gaming play it. I've not played it myself. There's just so many other games that I like to play. I don't really have time to play them all. I mean, I play Train Sim World, Train Sim Classic, Flight Sim, Euro Trucks, ATS. Kind of, I just ran out of time. Right. Use plastics. I'm trying to see if there's a job with gas or anything, but as I said, it's more just focusing on the places that I haven't been to. So if I go from here, let's just do one to Paris number 4. Is that another as a Volvo or a Mercedes? But you can see that the jobs aren't very high paid, but it's just because you're only driving 11 kilometers. But on this scale, that's like 15-minute drive. Play them all? No, can't always play them all because there's fortunately I like to try and buy games that have got some longevity, and I sometimes hate, especially at the moment, you know, spending some money on a game which I might only play for an hour and then I don't play it anymore. There's been quite a few games like that I've bought and then literally I've hardly played at all. The Rail Valley being one, for example. I bought that and then hardly played it. Right, anyway, let's get going. Trying to remember what button to press to start the truck. That one. So we got a Volvo for this one, a Volvo Globetrotter. And we'll put the windows down. And then we'll just drive to this one. Have you actually driven on this map, Henry? Got one of those KTL Rob Powell things. Trotter. What, Trotter's independent traders? Any free-wheel vans about? Oh, Robin Reliance. Trying to think. I think I've played a game in the past that had Robin Reliance. I'm trying to think which game it was. I can't remember if it was a Assetto Corsa and someone had done a modded Robin Reliant, or whether or not it was like a Forza game. Like one of the Forzas might have had Robin Reliance in. I can't really remember. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's a train, but is it actually moving? No, but we could pretend it is. New train sim route. Just going to go to Egg Cam for a bit. Is it me, or is that platform look really high for that train? maybe it's not. I don't know. It just looked like it was huge. Please mind the step when you get off the train. You have to get a step ladder. I don't know. It probably wasn't as bad as that, but the Bolero. What's that making me think of? Torval and Dean. Or an ice cream. I'm going to have a Bolero ice cream. Need to step up. Yeah. I love that. I'm sure that said Mason's Airport. I think the next time I drive this route, I'll probably be checking out the bus routes. seeing how that's going to go, but I have to look at that off stream and then go with it. The next truck stream after this one will probably be back on Pro Mods again in Iceland, because I've still got a few little bits and pieces in Iceland to finish off, and then I can move over towards the Finland and Norway area. Another 8 minutes to go. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Somewhere a little bit different. Probably do a stream on Grand Utopia as well again at some point. Drive around on there. St. Maurice over there. I don't know if there be a as I said, I don't know if the Eiffel Tower is in this yet, or whereabouts it would be. I'm sure at some point, you know, as the person expands the map. But as I said, it's just a one-man team just doing the map in his own spare time, and being one-to-one scale does take a long time to do things. I know someone that started off a one-to-one scale map on the UK, but didn't get very far with it. And I think it, you know, basically got abandoned, and you have to roll back to a really kind of old version of Euro Trucks to even install it and play it. I think it was only like a 10 mile section or something. Anyway, as I said, there was a very good Netherlands map as well that was being worked on, and then the dev team just stopped doing it, which was a shame. So again, that's another mod that if you want to play it, you'll have to go back a few versions of trucks now to play it, because it won't be compatible with this version. It's the same thing with Pro Mods in a way. I mean, if the Pro Mods dev team stopped doing Pro Mods, and after a few game versions, you'd have to keep going back as you do now. You know, like when ETS updates, it takes a while for Pro Mods to work with it again. It looks like we're going to be going under a tunnel. And I've been speeding. 180 euros, you're having a laugh. Oh dear. It's finding the market for it. Well, I don't think it's really the market. I think it's just the length of time. It's a bit like if you've just got one person, Egbert, and they just come home from work and maybe they just work on a freeware train sim route. It's their passion. It's a bit like that route that Tepig drives on, you know, the Fenchurch Street to Southend route. You know, where you've got a developer that's basically just spending so much time on it, it will probably never even ever come out. There's a tram up there, look. I mean, the cool thing about Pro Mods though is quite a few people that are in Pro Mods have actually, you know, worked for SCS as well. I think they actually got their jobs because of what they did in Pro Mods. I think SCS was quite impressed with like them when they used to do things for Pro Mods in the early days. SCS said, "Oh, you can work with us if you like." So here we go. So apparently we're in the city area of Paris now. But as I said, I'm not sure exactly where the Eiffel Tower is, because a bit like London, Paris is kind of spread out. So I'm guessing that's the bus, probably the main bus. Probably a big bus station in there. I like that graffiti. Just seeing Golden Age developments making making a train sim route based on a fictional heritage line based in Trexbury. Yeah, I don't know how that'll go down with the community, because I know, for example, fictional routes don't always go down very well. I mean, I can think of fictional routes in the past, but the cool thing about fictional though is you can put in anything you want. Mardenshire was fictional, and then that German route that I've played sometimes that's got a lot of stuff in it, that's fictional as well. So I don't know, it might appeal to some people, but there'll probably be a lot of people that will probably be complaining, saying, why didn't you do X route, or why didn't you do Y route instead? So I don't know. The can't please everyone brigade. I'm sure those that like Steam and that will probably enjoy it, because like I say, the cool thing about it being fictional is that you can kind of do what you like, and you're not going to have someone complaining that a level crossing's not in the right place, because, well, it's fictional. So it can be wherever it wants to be. Anything with... Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, there are some routes like that, aren't there, on Train Sim, unfortunately. I think we've got to go down here. Although I probably could have gone straight across, but go down here. That's the only trouble with some routes though, is that you'll get routes and then they come with like 3 or 4 scenarios, and then unless the scenario people are really into it... Oh come on, it wants me to go down here. You're having a laugh? What? Oh dear. Well, I suppose that's the challenge, I suppose, of driving in the city centre. You've got to... You've got to, yeah, you just got to manoeuvre yourself around and just drive over the curbs like you do. Although, to be honest, the amount of trucks I've seen like that in real world, sort of like mounting the pavement, A wee boat, apparently. That sounds like a new Nintendo games console based on a ship. The wee boat. Wow, what's down here? Having a laugh. But yeah, you get that with some routes though, unfortunately, don't you? I bet there's literally just a main road with a ramp on it just up there that I could have just gone down. No issues at all. Well, this is Paris 4 anyway. Paris 4 discovered. Right, where we got to park it then? Oh, literally just round the corner. Well, that wasn't very exciting after all that, was it? But yeah, that's the thing. If the route doesn't become a very popular route, then you hardly get any scenarios for it. Which is then a shame. Okay, right. Let's unlock that. €476, that one. Let's just have a quick look at the map again. I'd love to do one to Chessy, so I'm still going to keep looking. See if I can get a job to Chessy. I'd like to do a job to Chessy. I know I said I was going to go, but I'm just going to see if I can get a job to Chessy. Anything that comes up that says Chessy on it would be brilliant. But I don't think for some reason it doesn't want to do any. Be nice though. Oh, there's one. Chessy. It's a bit of a long one though. But ventilation shaft. Look at the price. 496. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's an electric truck. Oh, we're gonna be driving an electric truck this time. We can do that. Right, I'm gonna do this as my last job, so it'll take me about 40 minutes to drive. But yeah, I've got all the time in the world. Right, here we go. I've just got to set up the seats again. The field of view. Just like to zoom out a tad. And right. So yeah, this is an electric truck. Just got to remember how it works. Bing. I think that's it. It's so quiet. It's like proper milk float, this one. Maybe the reason I don't get a lot for this job is because the truck costs so much money. Hope I don't run out of electric charge. I love how the gates open on this map though. Pretty cool. I don't know if they're custom made ones or they're actually from another DLC. I wonder if I can press a button on it and just make it drive all the way there on its own. I'll just say, see you later, chat. Oh, I hate using that word. See you later, everyone. I'm just going to make myself a cuppa and then I'll come back and see if we've arrived yet. Oh, wow, check that out. Oh, gosh, don't you crash into me, no. Oh. Wow, that went well, didn't it? Oh dear, the snort again. Oh, crash vehicle offence. Oops, sorry. Oh, I'm supposed to get round here. I'm having a laugh. That truck sounds cracking me up. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Don't know how I got round there. I'll leave those cars to it, I think. Oops. Oh, Popcorn I like this. He likes trams. Popcorn does. Popcorn simulations. He's a real big fan of trams, he is. I think there might be a bit of a hold up now on the tram network. Hypercacher, I like that. Sounds a bit like a memory card, doesn't it? Get the hypercacher for your PC. Lorenzi, I like that. This is quite a good area to start from. All the streets and that, it's quite cool. That's just telling me I'm getting quite close to barriers here. It'd be good if I don't know how the cyclists get over there. Answers on a post. Oh no, I suppose it's. Oh yeah, I get it. It's not. It's not them riding across there. I don't think. I think. God. Oh dear. Right. Anyway. Just. Oh God. What happened to the roof then? It's sort of like flicked up. I was waiting for it to fly off into the air. Hey, Speed, how you doing? Sorry if you've been there for an hour. I hope you haven't been there too long. You weren't there literally like a couple of minutes ago, so I'm hoping you only just got here. But yeah, we're just driving around through Paris at the minute, doing a 34-kilometre job. Well, it was 40 kilometres when I started. You're doing good. Marvellous. That's good then. So yeah, we're just in an electric truck at the minute, and a Renault e-truck, which almost was going to crash into something again. I did think you had, but I wasn't sure. Although I was sort of exaggerating a little bit. I think it probably would have been at least a half a minute or so. So I'm just exploring this map. I've done a few jobs on it. This was the last job. In fact, it was only because there was a place on the map that I wanted to go. Otherwise I would have probably finished the stream already. Driving to a place called Chessy. Chessy's World of Adventures. Why are all the cars white? Very popular colour. Taking some ventilation shafts, and I think I got shafted with this job because I'm hardly getting paid anything for it compared to other jobs, that is. Can't believe it didn't register that dealership, even though I literally just drove straight past it. Oh look, there's Bob. Look, Egbert. Bob. That's funny. We were talking about Bob earlier. Borat's Pizza. Now all the B word places are coming out again. Bert. Line over there. I'm still waiting to see an actual moving train. I've seen a tram move, but I haven't seen a train yet. And again, to be honest, you know, maybe the person that's making this map wants to focus on doing the map rather than worrying about moving trains at the minute, which I can kind of get his point on. Airspeed loves a good shafting. Wow, why is it as soon as Airspeed comes in, the chat gets really smutty? Does that affect you have on people, Airspeed? You should change your name from Airspeed Live to Colonel Smutty or something. Colonel Smut. Although, to be honest, poor old Airspeeds is a little bit innocent in here because he hasn't really done much apart from saying hello. That's interesting. Is that a hidden road there? Anyway, you've been alright, Airspeed? You had a good weekend? Do anything interesting? I didn't. Just so that, yeah. Brings it out. Did anyone see Big Jet TV doing a flight sim stream the other day? I turned it off after about 5 minutes. I just thought, ugh. He was trying to land an Airbus at Heathrow, and then he just kind of like went completely off course, and then I don't know. I thought my flight sim streams were bad. But hey, at least he gets the viewers in. Blimey, he had like 700 people watching him. I'm trying to think if there's anyone on Twitch that does flight sim streams that gets 700 viewers in. I mean, even Chewy or London Controller don't amass them kind of figures. I think the only time you ever get anywhere near them kind of numbers is if there's like a new add-on that's just came out, or they're showcasing a new add-on that no one else has, and then suddenly they might get a few hundred watching. Yeah, it was great. Didn't do the science. Well, were you supposed to be going to the Science Museum, and did I miss that bit? I used to love going to the Science Museum when I was a kid. I used to love I used to just go up there on the train, go to South Kensington on the tube, walk to the Science Museum and spend nearly like the whole day in there, just wandering around. I used to love it. This was when I was about 11 or 12 years old, this was. You know, this is like where, you know, my parents would like say, off you go, and I would just go up to London for the day. It's about a 70-mile trip. I used to go to Heathrow on my own when I was about 12. Imagine that. It was fully spontaneous. I don't know if they still have that thing at the Science Museum. I think they might do. Is they used to have a thing on one of the floors, so when you're walking between floors and there's like stairs, there was like on one of the floors there was like this thing that's got like a golden ball in it, and you had to try and get the golden ball. So when you tried to jump on it, the ball would disappear, so you'd always like watch other people trying to get the golden ball, you know, and they'd be like trying to use some strategy which never normally worked. And I just thought, I bet it's just like a cannonball that they've just painted gold anyway, but it's not even real gold. But yeah, it was quite good fun as a kid. I remember when they had they probably still have it there, the RB211 engine that you could stand next to. It's pretty cool. I think the last time I went to the Science Museum was with my niece, but I think that was quite a long time ago now. Because must have been at least 10 years ago, maybe longer. I wasn't really like a fan of the Natural History Museum. I think I went there once when I was a kid, and then after that I just always went to the science one. The best one though, Airspeed, was when I tried to walk to Heathrow, because I looked at the plane and thought, oh, Heathrow can't be very far away, so I was actually trying to walk to the airport from Victoria. I think I got as far as Wimbledon and gave up. But yeah, I used to do silly things like that as a kid. Although I did the same sort of thing in San Francisco once, because I was walking along the coastal path in San Francisco, and you could look out and see Alcatraz and that. And then I kind of thought, oh, maybe I should walk to the Golden Gate Bridge. So I sort of saw the Golden Gate Bridge in the distance, and then when I saw a truck go across it, and the truck was a little dot, I thought, well, maybe it's a little bit further away than I think. So yeah, I mean, I was getting all excited when I was walking to Heathrow though, because I literally was looking up and I could see the undercarriage coming down on the planes, and I thought, oh, I must be getting near now. Look, the landing gear's coming down. And then I was literally like walking towards Wimbledon, and then I had to ask some like local kid that was about my age where the nearest tube station was, and then he took me to a tube station which I think was like the next one along from Wimbledon, but Parsons Green it was called, and I literally had to go from Parsons Green back to Victoria again, and I went home. But I used to love going to Heathrow when I was a kid though, because there was always the spectators area on Terminal 2. That was brilliant up there, and they had a shop like where you could buy postcards and all sorts of stuff, books, and then you could literally get really close to like the planes, because literally you'd be like on the roof and there'd be planes that would be parking really close to you, you know, Alitalias, Iberias, DC-9s, 727s, and then because the jetways were like all sort of see-through, you could see all the people walking off the plane, get, you know, through the walkways and stuff. It was brilliant. Concorde, of course, it used to take off. That was cool as well. All the old Soviet era airliners landing, all the Tupolevs and the Ilyushins and all those kind of things. Of course, and then back then Gatwick had a really cool spectators area as well, which you could go to. And you could get like these stickers for your car that used to be like yellow colour, because it was the same colour as CAA, because the British Airports Authority, BAA, used to be like a yellow logo with black text, I think it was, or white text, and it used to just have, I've seen the planes at Gatwick, and then they were just like, you know, and then you could get the little sticker to put up in your car or whatever. And another place that I used to go to at Gatwick was when we were a bit older, my mate started just passed his test. We used to go up to the end of the runway at Gatwick and park up and watch the planes from there. And he used to take his dad's camcorder, which was like a VHS-C thing with a little tape, and we used to record the planes taking off. So I've got a VHS tape kicking around somewhere with like Virgin 74s and American DC-10s and that taking off and things, Dan Air 111s. The quality of the tape's not very good though, being that it's quite old, but never been to view at Heathrow. Yeah, it's a lot different now. It's great that some airports still have really cool viewing areas, like Manchester for example. You know, you can go to those areas, or Leeds has got an area which is kind of like where you can park your car up. But Gatwick just seems very anti-spotter compared to some. Anyway, we've got 21 kilometres left to go, 17 minutes of driving. suppose the only way you can really do plane spotting these days at Heathrow is either is sort of like, you know, if you're travelling one day, you know, just book a hotel room the day before at one of them hotels where you can literally have, I think there's a couple of hotels, aren't there, that have dedicated spotter viewing areas. I think Big Jet TV covered one, isn't it? Or he has it. I don't know if he still has that deal with them or not, but I know in the past when he used to go up there, he used to have this code that people could use to get money off or whatever, but I don't know if that still is the case. Anyway, just driving down here. You're probably going to be going into hiding this weekend, aren't you, Egbert? Because there'll be a lot of people trying to hunt you down. You'll be hiding away. You won't want to go out in the sun. Poor old Egbert. Every time I do a stream now, I always bring up Easter eggs. I bet he's like, oh, not this again. Give it a rest, CK. Every stream now for the last month has been about Easter eggs. Anyway, I mean, my last stream, I think, well, not the last stream, but the stream before, I think, on Twitch, I was going on about Easter eggs, wasn't I? And about how I was getting ads for Easter eggs after talking about them. Talking of which, I'm surprised SCS haven't done an event yet. Normally they do an Easter job thing where you have to take Easter stuff, but I don't know if they're doing it this year. Maybe they're going to do it this week. You're in your secret hideout. That's not the one that's got a signpost to it, that says the secret hideout on it, like they have, you know, like in the secret nuclear bunker and things like that. Always makes me laugh, that does, when you see that road sign that says secret nuclear bunker and it has directions where to go. Last time we were here, actually, Airspeed, we were talking about chocolate, weren't we? Do you remember? We were going on about hotel chocolate for God knows how long. Stay in this lane because I've got a feeling the other lane on the other side's going to split off in a sec. No, it did split off, but sometimes they do, so I was a bit cautious. I was just thinking about I should go out and get an egg. Yeah, I don't know if they'd be alright though, to be honest. I mean, they probably are, but I'd probably wait till Monday or Tuesday afterwards, because then they always got to get rid of them, haven't they? Then you go to the supermarket and all the eggs they're like trying to get rid of. assigned to Disneyland Paris. £35 a bit pricey. Yeah, I mean I've just gone for bog standard this year again. You know, Galaxy chocolate eggs. So any Cadbury's, you know, so any egg that's basically to do with you know, to do with Mars, will have like the Galaxy chocolate in. I just think Cadbury's chocolate's just, it's all right. It's not as nice as it used to be though. At least Galaxy's still kind of tastes a bit like how Galaxies used to taste years ago, in a way. Cadbury's is completely different. I'm a snob. I don't like the standard hollow ones come with a free bar. Yeah, there's nothing being about snobby, Egbert. Like the thicker ones with bits in the shell. Yeah, why not? Sounds alright. The lint ones are quite nice, the lint bunnies and stuff, but again, you know, you like tap them and then they like fall to pieces and there's like nothing inside. But yeah. But even the bars they put in them now are a lot smaller, aren't they? They're almost like snack size. I got excited one year. I thought I was getting a Fabergé egg. And I saw the box and it said Fabergé on it, and then I opened the box up and there was just a can of Brute at the bottom, Brute deodorant, because obviously that used to be called Fabergé Brute or whatever. So that was that. I thought I was onto a good thing that year. Yeah, Fabergé egg, love it. I was eyeing up a Toblerone egg the other day I saw, but yeah, the I don't know, Stokes. When I was a kid, I used to love Cadbury's eggs, the buttons ones. I used to love, because I used to love buttons, Cadbury's buttons. Cream eggs weren't too bad either back then. I mean, they were a little bit bigger, and obviously the way they tasted was different as well. But Kinder eggs I loved, still love Kinder egg. I love the chocolate, Kinder egg chocolate. Right, 7 kilometers to go. Being overtaken by a bus again. another lane really. Still going down the A4. We'll be coming off in a minute and then we'll be heading up towards Chessy. I think there's another truck you can get in here that's electric. I can't remember if it's a Scania one. It might be Scania. I mean, I always get messed up with these exits. It must be quite close to Euro Disney then. It's talking about the station. If you go this way, Paris Parks Disneyland, the TGV station. So it could be quite a fair few miles away. We're only going another 3 kilometres, so like it says D on it. Is this a private? This is a privately owned road that Disney owned. It's a bit like with I think like it's like that in Orlando. There was a lot of land that they owned, so they could have roads that actually belong to them. So maybe this is the same. Maybe this whole highway is basically owned by Disney. So that road heads towards the theme park. Disney Europe, whatever. Disneyland Paris. Disney Village that way. Right, anyway, I'll park this up in here and I'll say goodbye. So, yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the stream. As I said, I'll try and get a loan taken out off stream and then get a bus. Because you can do bus routes on this if you've got D-bus. So I want to give that a go off stream and see what that's like. Oh, it looks like they're taking me to the police station. They finally caught up with me now after all this time. So yeah, looks like that'll be where I'm going. Off to the police. Oh, look at that. It's like GTA 5 with the little helicopter sitting on there. Right, I'll see you all. I'm off to prison. I'll let you know when I'm out. The ventilation shafts was just deployed just to get me here. Let's play it safe. Wow, that's very safe. There we go. Right. Cheers, Egbert. Cheers, Airspeed Live. I will see you all another time. Don't bend over. No. Or tip the truck over like I did in the last stream. Yeah. A proficiency bonus. Wow, look at that. Two euros. Well, I'm rich. Right, anyway, that's that for today. I'll see you all in the next truck stream, which will be back on Pro Mods in Iceland. And until then, I'll see you all later. Take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of your day. Bye for now.